Hello, and welcome to Midnight Minecraft. I'm the Silver One. You're the audience. And today is a very special day because we're going on a world tour. To mark 100 episodes of Midnight Minecraft, rightly or wrongly, I'm going to be doing a bit of a world tour. And I thought a good place to start would be right here because this is the original spawn point in the world. When I first spawned in, I was facing this dirt block right here. And from there, I turned around, saw that water, and started building out the world you see before you. The first thing in the world I started building was a hidey hole, like you do. And that hidey hole is still here. It's right over here. This is the original entrance to it. And currently it's just an empty cobblestone room that doesn't really serve much purpose, but hopefully I can make it into something useful over time. The next thing I built, though, was a starter farm. Now this has gone through a lot of changes over time, but this is the original location of the starter farm, and it's been switched over from growing carrots and potatoes currently to previously there were potatoes and wheat. Before that, it was just wheat. The pumpkins have been here for a long time, basically since the beginning, as you can see over there. The sugarcane farm was next. Set it up over here. And it sort of just stayed. I haven't really done anything with it. I do have another semi-functional sugarcane farm. Okay. I haven't sat in that boat in a long time. I wanted to see if there was anything in the chest. And of course, you can't have starter farms without a tree farm. And that tree farm was originally, it started right here. And went all the way over to this point. These two trees are all that remain, also that one over there, of the original tree farm. But that over time, as the series has progressed, I made this pathway, put in this little flower bed, made this little campfire site, put in a little boardwalk. And, oh yeah, also I made this custom river, which, it's simple, it's nothing amazing, but it is really nice. It's probably one of the nicest areas in my entire world, right here, because it looks somewhat finished. It looks how I hope to eventually make the whole world look. very scenic and nice and rustic. This fallen tree over here is also very fun. This used to be the location of another tree in the tree farm. As you can see, I spaced my trees out by 4 blocks before planting them. And I thought incorporating a fallen tree would be really cool and a nice way to tack on a sort of hidden bridge from this side of the riverbank to the other side, so that way I didn't need to go all the way around to get to the starter farm. I could just fly out the door, go here, and jump over, and here I am. This dock is something I threw together pretty quickly. It's one of the last things in the world I built before I started the Let's Play series. See, I started the Let's Play series at the end of May, basically the start of June. And I started the world in mid-February, but then I proceeded to move, which put a bit of a delay on things. And the biggest project I was working on was the log cabin. For as long as this series has been going, this log cabin has always been here. It was finished, but not furnished, when I started the Let's Play series. It's pretty simple and straightforward. It's got 3 floors. It has a handful of windows inside. But it also has this sort of awkward roof access, which I found convenient because then I could stand here and look over my tree farm or examine my different projects, which we'll get to. I'm okay with this log cabin, but I never really liked the shape of it. I'm not entirely sold on the base structure because it's still very square and it looks very flat with the with it all being 1 block. So I recently added this balcony, or rather I extended the balcony around to the side of the building. And I personally think it has improved the look and appearance of the building. As opposed to looking like a giant cube, it actually almost looks nice, especially with the different windows at the front. There's still work to be done, and I think I can improve this further, but for now I'm happy with this result. The 45-degree angle for the balcony railing has sort of saved the entire building from looking like a flat cube. Which that's sort of the most important aspect of Minecraft, finding a way to hide that everything's a cube. Moving on from the log cabin, the next big project is down here. And for a while, I'd say this is sort of what my Let's Play series was somewhat known for, which is the ongoing project
I refer to as the Alpha Bunker. Uh, some of the lore for my world, and there's not a lot, but some of it, is based in the idea that different areas of the world represent different eras of the game. This is supposed to represent late beta, like beta 1.7.3 or Minecraft 1.0. Like, in the grand scheme of things, at this point, it's early game Minecraft, where there's not a lot you could do. You could put up some paintings, I suppose, but that I'm limiting myself in the blocks I can use. I have an enchanting table. I got the birch floors. I'm cheating a bit with the sideways logs, but you know, this is a visual tool. It doesn't need to be fully true to life. And down here, the idea of it being an alpha bunker is that the original Minecrafters of old who were here in this world before me feared the coming of beta or the dragon or the updates, and so they came down here and started digging out a sanctuary to basically continue as they always did, and that eventually they fell away and died off. They stopped locking into the world. They went back to their lives as they were. And that eventually this place became abandoned. This is an ongoing project. As you can see, the pathways are sort of the biggest tell that this is a meant to be alpha Minecraft. I haven't gone in and cleaned up a lot of the newer blocks like this thing or the diorite that's everywhere, the granite that's over there. There's a lot of stone smelting I need to do. This is my storage room in the world right now. I spent way too long working on this in the grand scheme of things, but it's very useful. Some science might help, but for the most part it's coming together. We got some underground wheat fields to be able to have access to food and bread at night, and this is the reed farm, the sort of kind of reed farm that I was talking about. The idea for this is that this river is going to go all the way to the end of the island. That I'm going to dig out all the way to the end of the island, which shouldn't be too much farther because over there, that dirt, that is the block before ocean. So I should be able to dig out a little bit farther. And then over here, behind the reeds, I am eventually going to try and construct a proper underground city. I'm gonna figure out how to get the height just right on this particular area and start prepping to dig out a cavern for an underground city. the height is not going to go any further than this, simply because if I go much further, you're going to hit the surface. Relatively speaking, we're not too far down into the ground, as you can hopefully tell. But the bigger issue is that there's a lot of caves in this world. So any lower than this, and you're bumping into a lot of cave systems. This has basically gone all the way up to the surface over here. And so that's why this underground oak tree farm is where it's at. It literally cannot go any higher. But, you know, if I so chose, I could extend it further, I guess. So that is the Alpha Bunker as it currently stands. After spending a lot of episodes working on the storage room expansion and the Alpha Bunker, the first major project I wanted to work on was building a barn. I wanted a barn because, well, because barns are nice. And I started by laying out this cobblestone wall and just marking out an area, marking out a nice sizable area to put the barnyard. And the long-term goal here with this area is to have a place where I can have sheep, a place where I can have some cows, and in this cave that I need to dig out, I'll get to it eventually, there is going to be the industrial farming equipment, the semi-automatic cow farm, a chicken machine, all the things that don't look like a picturesque farm, which is what I wanted to have here. This is without a doubt the biggest project in the world so far. I spent 30-ish episodes on this. Like, I think the final number is like 25. It's like episodes 30 to 55 were spent building this thing. It's still not fully done, but I'm taking a long-term break on it. 26 episodes, because there's also the episode where I build the floor. I've started prepping to dig out the basement. But this took a long time, building it out, making sure that everything looked nice, incorporating little details like, since this is built into the side of a mountain, we have a bit of that mountain over here because you already have a wall. Why are you building another one on top of it? We have a second floor loft over here. I need like 2 more pieces of fence over here to finish this up. And I also want to find a way to incorporate a crane, because this is supposed to be the big opening where hay bales come through. We have a little access point over here to get to the cherrywood forest. It's a very nice little build, And eventually, I am going to want to put down a path that will link it up with the horse stables over here. This is a purely functional second floor door to ladder. The horse stables were something I sort of eventually thought of building. It was part of the original plan for the barnyard. It just grew out into something a bit larger than anticipated. You'll see there aren't any horses here. I haven't tamed any yet. But when I do, I'll finish this up. I'll put up some more fences. I'll put up some fence gates. And this is a build I'm really happy with. It was all sort of free built and grew into this very classic looking structure with the slanted roof. I think the slanted roof is probably one of the better decisions I've made because it's different. It's not a traditional roof like that. It's not this sort of horseshoe design that the barn gets. And it's sort of a comfortably sized build. It's not absurdly large. It's not grand when it didn't need to be. It's perfectly sized. And because I built this on the side of a hill, like a genius, I needed a way for the horses to get down. So I built a bridge over to here, the future site of the highway system that's going to run throughout this entire island. Highway system's a strong word, but road. Because out over there, just beyond the ridge, is going to be the future site of a Wild West themed town where I'll be able to have a quarry and I'll be able to have a grocery store and a bank and a sheriff's office and a lot of fun, quaint builds. So, it's all fun and games building this little bridge, but it looks kind of ridiculous if it's just over a flat, grassy area. It's like, why not just have it run down to the ground? Why do I need this bridge? Well, that is what inspired me to somewhat hastily throw together a lake. We got some flowers around the edges. We got some reeds on the other side. The spruce tree in the middle, I think, really ties it together because then you could stand right here and it really looks nice. Like that is a painting right there with the tree in the foreground, the barn in the background, the balcony on the roof of the barn. This bridge, it looks really nice. Like peak. This is peak right here. Perfect. How can I outdo myself? Anything else is just too ambitious. Like, oh, I want to make these into lush caves to make them look nice. Too ambitious. This, I peaked here. It's great. So naturally, I decided, okay, I'm gonna build a custom forest is a strong word, but that I'm gonna plant a bunch of spruce trees, and I'm gonna build a nice little path over here that leads over to a castle. Now, this castle's still under construction, and currently I'm in the process of deciding if I want to tear portions of it down and turn it into a castle ruin, because I think that could be more interesting than actually building it to completion at this point. Because I really only sort of have one floor done. I don't really know how to progress from here. But this castle is a purely decorative build that has the connection to two buildings with function. One, it has the staircase that leads down to my nether portal. So I built up a nice little nether cave. It's, oh, I can get rid of these, yay. It's got grass, it's got nether rack and gravel and andesite and hidden lighting, mostly. And it just looks good. And if we go into the nether real quick, we get to see this. It's a work in progress, as you can see. I'm not fully thrilled with it, but the state of the nether as it currently stands is... It's the nether, it is what it is. I don't have any gold on me, so I'm probably going to have to leave very soon, but for the time being, I'm just going to say I want to build out a system of cubes like this to make it look like a haphazardly built space station structure. And that's going to include a tree farm for the warped nether tree stuff, the red, the crimson wood and the warped wood and all that. But that's going to take some time, and I'll get to it eventually. The other structure connected to this build is this tower right here. Oh, this tower. Other than that little tiny bridge over here, which actually, I think, almost looks decent, despite being so tiny. This tower has been complication after complication after complication. So there's an entrance over here. I have some cobblestone stairs getting up to the roof, to ignore that. Let's look at the inside. Down here looks pretty nice. Personally, I'm very happy with this staircase that goes all the way up to the top floor. I'm happy with the shroom light in the middle coming right on down. I'm really happy with the interior. It's the exterior that's the problem. The exterior has too much cobblestone, which is my own fault because I wanted to use cobblestone because I wanted to make the building look old. Like it's been here for a long time. The only problem is it looks terrible like that. The ultimate goal is to set up the enchanting table here and to put some bookcases throughout this area. So I think the enchanting table will eventually go here. The shroom light is right here because this is the center of this top floor. So I think this is a good spot, and then putting bookcases down over here I think is going to make sense, and it's going to work and hopefully look nice. But that doesn't solve the fact that the exterior still doesn't look super great. that's my cow farm for now. It's a work in progress. Okay, I was worried that I looked at the Enderman for a second. I did not. Very good. And this is why I'm not super happy with this. The forest is fine. The log cabin is being improved upon. The barn is amazing. It's immaculate, in my opinion. The pathing could be better. But this is a mess. It needs to be fixed. I'm going to try extending the roof to make it 3 blocks taller to give it more height. Might even make it 4 blocks taller to give it more height. I don't know if making it taller outright is going to improve the situation. I don't know if adding a transition block is going to make it better. I need to get rid of this little pillbox over here because it looks terrible. But yeah. This is why I've never built a castle before, and now I don't think I ever will. I might make both of them ruins outright. Yeah. Just make it an open air facility, like blow a hole in the roof, call it a day. Blow a hole in the cobblestone, call it a day. Just have the staircase inside be all good. Start tearing this thing down strategically to turn it into ruins. Yeah, we're doing that. That's the plan. That's the world so far. After 100 episodes, after starting it in mid-February, after starting the Let's Play series in June, after 4 months, 100 episodes, 409 days in the world. This is where we're at. I have diamond armor. That's a fairly recent development. But we've got tree farms. We've got ongoing projects. I've got plans for the world with a Wild West town just atop that little ridge. And a just on this ridge that's coming into view, I would love to put a Wild West themed town. Because I think this would be a good spot for it. Further still, as we go to the end of the island. Ow. Which will eventually come into view. It goes a little bit further. I would love to build a 18th century inspired colonial New England harbor. there's not a lot going on in this area. But it does go out quite a ways. And I think this could make for a good place to build. And who's to say that I don't extend the Wild West town further? Even further still, and this is a plan for next year. Where's this? I want to go out into the ocean and build a city on the water. That's the big plan. That, now that I've settled and established myself in this world, the super big project is going to be building a ancient Rome, ancient Venice type city on the water. All of the plans are for the front of the island for the most part. There's not too many plans for the back of the island. It's not that there's nothing here, it's just that I don't know what to do with it. Like there's a sizable cherry wood forest on this island, which is pretty nice. You've got this smaller strip of land over there, which is pretty nice. I've been thinking about building a little fishing village right down the middle of this area, because there's a bunch of fish in here, and I think having some buildings over here with a town of some kind over there could be very cool, could be nifty. Maybe build some custom boats in here. Just past this, hopefully, yeah, there's a guardian temple over there. I haven't done anything with it. I think this is the first time it's been on camera properly. I'm an old school Minecraft player. I've been playing this game on and off since like 2010, 2011, so progressing through the game isn't a major goal for me. It's sort of, if I need something, then I'll go do it. I need quartz, so I go to the end for redstone. Sorry, I go to the nether for quartz to be able to do some minimal redstone work. If I need something from the end, I'll go to the end. But, that's sort of it. This is the world. It's not much, but the only stuff I haven't shown you at this point are the caves. If you want to see those, check out some of my caving videos. and the mine shaft. And again, if you want to check that out, I did a video about diamond mining and a sequel video about diamond mining gone wrong, where I crash into a cave that's over by -52Y. But yeah, this has been fun. Oh, a little update. For those that don't know, I have sort of imposed a bit of a schedule at this point. From episode 11 to 96 or something like that, I uploaded an episode every single day. I've recently been invited to a multiplayer server called Safi SMP, and I've started uploading videos of me playing the early game on there. I'm still very much in the early game. I like to think of this series as being a sort of throwback, old-fashioned Let's Play series. That one more literally is being recorded as such, where if I'm online and playing the game, I'm recording it. Because I don't have a lot of spare time, and I have even less time to record on there. The schedule for videos going forward is that there's going to be like 4 episodes a week of the single player world on Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, Sunday. And Safi SMP is going to get Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Videos are still going to be going live at 3 p.m. Eastern, noon time Pacific, 8 p.m. UK. Yeah. There's a poetry to this. At the start of episode 1, it was raining, and I said it's always when you don't want it to rain in Minecraft that it's raining. And here we are. It's actually a pretty good time for it to rain, because we are wrapping up the video. Thanks for watching. Thank you for sticking around for 100 episodes. We're not going anywhere. I hope you can stick around for 100 more. The original plan was to try and hit episode 200 by the end of the year, because if I uploaded 1 episode a day through the end of the year, I would literally hit 200 episodes. We're not going to hit it at that point because of the new series. Check out the new series. Keep coming back to this one. If you're new, please stick around. I'd love to have you. Please comment. I love being able to reply to those when I can. Because I don't do this full time. Long-time viewers will know that I work full time in a restaurant and part-time making independent movies. But just any questions you have, ask me. I'd love to try and answer them. That's all for now. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.